Our next guest is no stranger to persevering through adversity. She's a philanthropist, a mother, and an entrepreneur who is now sharing her journey in her new book titled, Here I Stand in a Beautiful State. Please welcome Tameka Foster Raymond. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so how are you feeling right now? First time to the show?
A little nervous, but I'm good. I'm so happy to be here.
Why would you be nervous?
Have you.
Yeah.
I just a little camera shy sometimes.
Got it. And you're used to working behind the scenes, which kind of makes sense.
That's right. That's right. So this is the other side for me.
Yeah, and behind the scenes, you've worked for practically everybody from Jay-Z, Aaliyah, Mary J. Blige. Like, what inspired you to pursue a career in fashion?
My aunt, I have an aunt that is 97.5 years old right now. My Aunt Sadie.
Yes.
She's my girl. She's my girl.
Bless her heart.
Look at her. I love her. And Aunt Sadie was into fashion her entire life. I worked for her when I was like 5 in her boutique. And I learned, she had a consignment shop. So I would learn fabrics and this is silk, this is polyester. Like I learned a lot from her.
How incredible.
Yeah.
Now, when you were sort of like in your heyday as a stylist, there were very few black stylists. Now, do you think that the industry has changed, and what changes have you seen?
Well, I think everybody's a stylist now. Times are different. You can do 2 days of retail and now you're a stylist or you're a designer. Then we had to really learn like about the marketing aspects of it. It was a little more technical then. Yeah.
But it's great
They're
to
getting paid more now too, I think. They might be making more stylists or celebrities now. So it's different than when we started.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. They're on covers of magazines with their clients.
Please, they're walking red carpets. I'm looking like, our clients were like, get in the back, show my shoes. Like it was different. You know, now stylists are in the same designers on the red carpet posing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They're glorified.
We were not allowed. We were not allowed.
Right. Now, in your book, you talked about, obviously, your ex-husband, Usher, being married to him. And you also described that when you came out about it, you were given such, I mean, horrific criticism. Like, you were called a gold digger. You received a lot of flack about it. So how do those rumors and allegations, things like accusing you of being the reason why him and Kile broke up, how did that make you feel? And how did you protect yourself from that?
Yeah.
You know, you can't really pay attention to what people say. At least you try. Try to read the comments. That's what I always say. I knew that a lot of it wasn't true, you know. And when they said gold digger, I thought they meant gold digger. I was like, oh, I am a gold digger. Oh, gold with a D. Oh, my bad. I was confused. My bad. No, but yeah, they had it all wrong. They just didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
And they kind of didn't give him enough credit to know that he didn't marry that person, you know?
You know, I think when someone marries someone famous, you know, you get all their fans to sort of weigh in on who they're dating, why they're dating that person, so I can also imagine how hard that was for you.
Can I tell you the hardest part?
Yeah,
Not to cut you off, I'm sorry.
No.
Hardest part is that it was women that looked like me. It was women that looked like us.
Interesting.
Yeah, the biggest critics and the people that were the most negative were either the bloggers or the people that were just like me. They should have been rooting me on. And saying, okay, she worked in fashion, she's a mom, she's a regular girl from Oakland, she's from the town. They didn't celebrate any of that. No.
That's a shame.
And what kind of things did they specifically say about you? Was it anything particular that they could pull out of you? And what do you have to say to them now?
He married me. I don't know. I mean, you know, that's all I can really say. But they would just say things like, oh, she's, you know, I don't know what they would say, actually. I'm a gold digger, I guess, but they didn't realize I had a career.
There's really nothing beyond that.
I'm old. Oh, I'm old. I'm old, too. Don't forget that I'm older.
That is so crazy
I'm old.
to
That
me.
was the main thing.
I mean, he fell in love with you for a reason. Now, being in the public eye because you marry someone famous, the divorce was also public.
Yeah.
How did you deal with that? How are you guys co-parenting now, and how are things between the two of you?
Well, our divorce was actually very quiet. People didn't realize. We did a couple of mediations. It was quiet, no fighting, went to dinner after mediation. We went through a custody battle. So people are mixing. That's why they have to get the book, because there's just facts that they have wrong. They're like, you had a messy divorce. I'm like, no. We actually did vacations after the divorce. It was good. We went through a custody battle, which ended up being very public. It just turned into a whole fiasco, but we're very good now. We're in a good space. We co-parent. Our kids were on the same team.
Yes.
Yes, our
I was
kids.
saying that earlier in our meeting.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
our kids are, active, playing football, all of them, and everything is good. Like, life is good, yeah.
Good. You put the kids
Yeah.
first, and that's what we're supposed to do as adults.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's what's first.
It also sounded like you had a really long journey that got you here as well. Like it takes a lot. You're speaking in hindsight. And
Yeah.
that takes a lot of work to get there.
Well, we learned that we needed to remain in a beautiful state.
Yeah.
Right? We both learned that. And you have to just kind of think positive. When you think negative about things, more negative, negative begets negative.
Exactly.
So you want to keep your thoughts, your vibrations high, not to sound cliche, but just try to be as positive and, let the universe work it out. Let God work for us.
So the title of your book is called Here I Stand.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, oh, that's so beautiful. And then as I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute. Usher's album's named Here I Stand. So is that a coincidence or was that a piggyback off of that?
It's a double entendre. It has two meanings. I've been through a lot. I've lost my son, I lost my mother, I've lost a lot of close relatives. And here I stand. It's like through it all, through the scrutiny, through all the pain. Here I stand. I'm still alive. I'm still making it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the album is called Here I Stand, which was dedicated to me.
I mean, this book is juicy. When I look through it, does everybody who you've talked about know about the book? Have they read it, like even including your ex, Usher?
It's not a tell-all. It's not anything juicy in terms of like messy. So
Right.
I think everybody will like the way they've been, well, most will.
But also, this is your story.
my
It's
story,
your
yeah.
journey.
Yeah,
know,
that's
it's-
exactly right.
So you mentioned your son Kyle earlier. I know you speak about him in the book. He tragically died from a boating accident 2 weeks after the accident. How have you processed and managed to navigate from this tragic loss?
It's touch and go. Every day I deal with it. I think there's not a day, or I won't even say there's 3 hours that passes that I don't think of him or that I don't say a little something to him, Yeah, I mean, it's just, I have to just deal with it. I learned to live around it. You don't get over it. You just learn to function around it. But I keep his name just like as big as day. I'm trying to keep his legacy alive. I have an animated project I'm working on. It's called The Odd Life of Kyle Lyles. We have a nonprofit organization. We did a big giveaway in Ghana in May.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're doing a lot of things that is in honor of Kyle.
My gosh. And with that, you made it your life's work to keep your son Kyle's memory alive through the Kyle's World Foundation. You just talked about it. Tell us more about it and how we can support.
It's kylesworld.org. We do all kinds of beautiful things for children. We love helping the youth. We started out doing all performing arts because Kyle was really big into the arts. He was an actor, singer. He was a budding chef. So
Wow.
these were all the things that was on his plate. He wanted to do all of this. So I'm keeping it alive. So kylesworld.org is how you can support, definitely. Thank you.
Love it. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Where do you go from here? What's next for you?
Well, I'm, again, working on the animated project. I have a clothing line called Eli Kish.
You're wearing
Yes.
one of your dresses.
Yeah, she's wearing one of
my
her dresses.
Eli Kish. And, I'm working with my book, and I'm hoping I can help lots of women that just go through hard times to know that you can do it. You can make it on the other side. You can make it to the other side. So
That's great. You're giving back. By sharing your story, you're giving back to other people, which is beautiful.
absolutely. Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. Tameka, thank you so much for stopping by with us today. And
Thank
this
you for
book, thank you
having
for
me.
sharing it with us. Be sure to grab a copy of her new book, Here I Stand in a Beautiful State, which is available now on TamekaRaymond.com.